yes, we've got a little kitty cat here that hasn't seen me in 2 weeks. Come on. I'm Pickles up here. Hello. Yes, you're good. Anyway, so I know it's been a little bit since I've done a live stream, but that's just because my last one got like 2 views or whatever. Oh, there we go. The cat is gone. And also because I've only been busy and all that sort of stuff, so I thought I might as well do something a bit different because, well, poor quality. Just want to make sure it's good. I hope it's good. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll do this. Oh yeah, what else was I gonna say? Yes, my main video is almost finished. I'm hoping to get it done by the end of next week. So it'll be in by June 10th at the very. I think that'll be at the very July the 10th at the very most. But it's not a complete guarantee because I want to put something out there that's good quality. I don't want to mess around. I don't want to. Because my last one, my prelude video, I looked back on it and it had a lot of mistakes in it, a lot of things that I wouldn't pass. It was an alright video, but it just wasn't really up to my standard entirely. Anyway, let's get on with this. So the first one is Abigail's Flower. I know it's a summoning weapon and I've never actually used it before, so we'll just have a look. Is that the launches magic weapons? Summoning Abigail's Flower. I always thought of Abigail from Stardew Valley. This internet is absolutely shit. Oh, hang on. Kind of, but that's just. Actually, I think it's more my laptop. I'm just thinking about it because usually the internet's really good, and I haven't used my laptop in a while. Abigail's Flower. Ooh, that actually looks quite cool. Let's just see what it looks like. No, I'm taking way too long. I can't imagine Abigail's Flower being very good. It looks adorable though, so I'm gonna give it a B tier because I'm not 100% sure. I believe this is the Adamantite Glaive. I'm just wondering if it's for all versions of that weapon, of the glaive, because I think they're pretty good. I actually think it's B tier for me for that one. B tier. Abigail's Flower. Actually, Abigail's Flower. Nah, it's not that good. B tier. Looks good, not too. Bows. I absolutely hate using bows in Terraria. But the Adamantite, the best version of that, I don't want to be too unfair or whatever. But yeah, I really hate using bows, so I think we'll just clear up the air on what each rank means. F is dog shit, it's the worst. C is just meh, just bad but not horrific. B is mid to okay. A is good but not amazing, and S is the best. So I'm gonna put this at C. I just hate using bows. That's just my personal preference. Adamantite sword, no real effects or anything. I'm gonna put it B. I don't know what that one is. Let's see. Bows. Aerial Bane. You can see it's alphabetical order. Having a bit of trouble with the streaming. Let's see. What does it look like? Attacking target dummies. see how much damage it does. 39 damage. I'd say it's probably... That actually looks pretty good. Depends on what type of arrows you use, so I think I'll put that one in A tier. That one, I think that one's the yo-yo one. Yes, I know, there's some that I still don't know of. Slap hand. Flying dragon. Where is it? You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'll just put it in B tier. I don't know what it is. We'll look for it later. The Amarok. I think it's an A tier, better than the bow. Well, it might not even be better than the bow, but I'd say it's an A tier. I like it more than the Hellfire. The jungle one, it's nothing special, but it is useful for the stage of the game that you're in, which is like early hard mode. Wait, not early hard mode, early game. So I think I'll put it in B tier. I've never seen that one before. I bet it's like a harpoon gun of sorts. Oh, there's the ale tosser. But I want to look for the anchor. Boring bow. Ale tosser. Hacking target dummies. No, that does not look very good. I think I'm going to put the ale tosser in C tier, and for all it's worth, it's not really worth farming the guy, the bartender for. Anchor. I have a feeling it's a flail weapon of sorts. Yeah, it's a hard mode flail weapon. Let's see what it did like. 70 damage. God, this internet, man. Aqua Scepter. We'll just skip the anchor for now. Wait until this stupid shit loads. Aqua Scepter. Not as good as the Water Bolt, so I think I'll put it in B tier. Come on. I don't know what that one is. We'll have to look through. It might be a beam sword. No, it's not a beam sword. Oh, I think I know what one it is. I think I know. It's like an enchanted... It's like the enchanted sword that you use for something. It's like another version of the enchanted sword. So I don't think it's that good. I think I'll just go with like C tier, or no, B tier probably. The Crimson Yo-Yo. Not that good. It's alright, but it's not that good. I find most of the early game yo-yos are pretty mediocre. So I'll just go with B. They're sentry weapons, aren't they? They are sentries. I'm not a big fan of the sentries, plus you can only use them in the, event, the Old One's Army event. Bat. At the stage of the game that you get it, it's actually, we'll just check if I can get it pre-hard mode. If it's a hard mode weapon, it's pretty meh for a hard mode weapon. 36 damage melee. May heal user on hit. Oh, it is a pre-hard mode. So I'd say The bat would be an A tier. I think I'll put the anchor for now in B tier. I don't know. Actually, I think I'll make it an I don't know tier. Add row below. No. Oh, for God's sake. F. F will be... And we'll just make this row that I don't know. Make that like a light grey. There we go, we'll put the anchor in the I don't know tier. Oh, and these three as well. Flares. Flare weapons. I absolutely hate flare weapons. Like, honest to God, I absolutely hate them. So I'm gonna put this in F. Come after me, I don't care. Banana ring. I usually hate the like regular boomerangs. Like the wooden boomerang, if it's in here. There it is. I usually hate the wooden boomerang. But the banana ring is actually pretty good. So I think it's A tier. I think, yeah, that's the beam sword. It's a hard mode weapon, this bat staff, I've never actually used it much. Well, I actually did use it a bit. I think it's pretty decent. It's okay, I guess. A tier. Or is it? I don't know. We'll have to check. We will have to check, because I don't want to mess around with that. Oh, it's not even a summoning. It's not even a summoning weapon. I think I'll put it in the I don't know tier for now. Beam sword. It's a hard mode sword. For what it's worth, I really don't think it's that good. I think I'm gonna put it in the C tier. The B gun. I think it's an S tier. It's really good. Like, it's saved my bacon so many times in Summoner. It's really fun to use as well. And considering it's like, might even put the Beekeeper in S as well. Because it does the same thing, but it's also melee. I think the Beekeeper's better than the bee gun, if I'm being honest. Okay. Let's see. The B-nade. I'm not a big fan of explosives in this game. So I'll just put it at like 8 here. It's still really good, but it's not as good as these two. Oh, Bat Scepter. And that one's a dragon thingy. No, not flying dragon. I think I'll put this one in the I don't know tier for now. I think these are meant to be fetid back. No, they're fetid back next. Bat staff. Oh, that actually looks really good. The bat staff. I'm gonna put it in. Put it in A tier. Because that's like really end game. And it doesn't look as good as the wasp gun. I don't know what that one is. Could it be the bladed glove? I think that's possible. Bladed glove. Looks like something pre-hard mode. It looks okay, but the problem is it's not much range, but quick damage like that against the zombie, it would just tear it up. Would just absolutely tear it up. So I think I'll put it in A tier. Only drawback is the lack of range. Blade of Grass. I think it's A. I really like the Blade of Grass. That's a little bit. It does this thing where it summons leaves out a little bit, and those like can go all over the place. So that's the one kind of drawback. It is a bit weird like that. Ice. Oh no. We'll just have a look through. Just have a look through. Obsidian swordfish. What is that? Blade tongue. Blade tongue. We'll have a look at that. 55 damage, and where does it drop? Oh, fishing. For what I think personally, despite the fact that it's 0.5% chance of getting, and that's from fishing, which is a really tedious task, I'm going to put it in B tier. It looks fun to use. Looks fun to use. I guess that's a magic weapon. So that's a book. Blade staff. I think the blade staff is an F. It sucks. Like, it was the one thing I really hated using in late hard mode. So I want to look for blizzard staff. Blizzard staff. Is it the wizard one? Showers all areas with icicles. I didn't really use it that much. Or I didn't really use it at all. It looks like the precursor to the Moonlord one. It looks alright, but the problem with it would be that it would be inaccurate, so I think I'm going to put it in B tier. The Crimson Sword. I think it's C because I'd rather use the Blade of Grass. Rather use the Blade of Grass. How about for now we just do the ones that I know for certain? The ones that I know for certain. Dart gun. I think that's a C. Butcher's knife. I think it's an F because the range sucks and it doesn't do anything. Plus it's like a solar eclipse one. We'll just have to check that. Where is it? Hambat. Oh, I remember the Tizona. That was. Oh, I think that's what it is. Psycho knife. Yeah, Psycho knife's an F in my opinion. I think that's a summoner one. That one's another flail weapon, and I hate those, so it's going to be an F tier. Oh, this one. I don't see how it's much different from this. I prefer using the dart rifle, so I'm going to put it as C tier. The breaker blade. You know, I actually. Oh wait, hang on. There's still a couple more here that I know. Well, most of them I do. It's just some. I just want to get the easy ones done and out of the way. So the Book of Skulls. Book of Skulls. I think that's an F. They're way too slow. Way too slow. Shotgun. For what it's worth, I think it's an S tier. But it's really good. Just like shotguns in real life. So is the Breaker Blade. The Breaker Blade is so good now. Like I just could not believe how many mobs I was just like slaughtering with the Breaker Blade. Like 200, 300 something damage. Maybe even more than that. It was just unbelievable. Okay. Just having a look at which one I'd like to do next. That looks like a bamboo pole. Breathing reed. That's gotta be trash, that one. That is stupid. I'm gonna put that in F. That is trash. The chain knife. For the stage of the game that you're in, I'd say it's actually pretty good. I'd say it's an A tier. The chain gun. Not as good as the SDMG, but it's still pretty good. I'd say I'm gonna give it an 8. The only thing that's stopping it from getting an S is its inaccuracy. Let's see. Actually, we'll stay at the top because if I go like all the way down here, how am I gonna put it? How am I gonna put it back up? Christmas tree sword. It looks cool, but I don't really like it that much. It's a C for me. Is that the Phantom Phoenix? Couldn't be the Phantom Phoenix because this is in alphabetical order. Oh yeah, if you want to do this list yourself, if you wanna try it yourself, I've got the link in the description. Blood Rainbow, Wandering Eyefish, Zombie Merman. This is a pre-hard mode one. It's a bow, so honestly, put it in a C. Doesn't seem like it does much. 10 damage, 14 damage, rains blood from the sky. And that's the only reason it's not going in F. I don't know what that one is. I think it's a summoning one. So we'll just have to check. Oh, Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn. Oh my god. That looks really cool. Oh, and plus it's wall piercing, so I think anything that's wall piercing, I'd say is A. A worthy. I think that's the bone sword. I think that's the bone sword. That looks really cool. I think Hemogoblin Shark. I've never seen that before. You know, 1500 hours on Terraria and I've never seen that. I think that's a javelin. I don't know. Let's think. That's a bone sword. I think the bone sword's going to be an F. It really is not good at all. I could be wrong though. I could be completely and utterly wrong. Bubble gun. I just want to do the bubble gun. Oh, charged blaster cannon. Charged blaster cannon I think is a C in my opinion. It's not that good, it's inaccurate. Bubble gun. I like that. I do not know what that one is. Maybe it's a bone javelin or something like that. Yeah, it's a bone javelin. Ooh. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That could be quite useful, so I'm gonna put it in a 8 here. I don't know, that looks like a bone feather. Bone throwing knife. Yeah, it could go with the javelin as well. Yes, hello pickles. And I think the bubble gun's an 8 here as well. Bone throwing knife. I want to check how much damage that does. 14 damage. Oh, that's pretty good. That's 8 worthy. That's definitely A worthy. Cactus sword, F. Candy cane sword. I don't know what that one is. Jousting lances aren't that good, in my opinion. Tonbugiri. That's like console version and iOS version. I barely played that. By the time that they added hard mode into the iOS version, I was already well and truly onto the PC version anyway. Brand of Inferno. I think that's the sword that were, That does not look that good. I think I'll have to put it in C tier. Candy cane sword. Wherever the hell that is. Certainly not hard mode. Christmas tree sword. It's probably there, right there in my face, but I just can't see it because I'm that stupid. I don't know. Put it in the I don't know tier. I think that's the candy corn rifle. That's decent though. I don't use it in my Ranger playthroughs that much. Chain knives. Most chain knives are pretty mediocre. Oh no, they're alright. I've never seen that one before. Oh, hang on. Chain guillotines, yeah, chain guillotine is pretty good. Chain knife, on the other hand, is just meh. Nothing special. That's a yo-yo, so we'll just have to look for that. Cascade. I think that's the pre-hard mode hell themed yo-yo. Yeah. Not too bad. For what stage of the game it's in, I think that's a pretty solid B tier. Let's think. I know the Clockwork Assault Rifle is thinking. I think if you get it in a Ranger playthrough, it's an S because it's definitely really helpful for taking out the twins. So at that stage of the game, it's definitely S worthy. We'll just get this debate out of the way. But all short swords are honestly the worst. And I mean it, except for maybe the ruler. The ruler's okay. But that's because it's auto. But this is representing all short swords, not just like gold. Not just gold, but like copper, silver, iron, lead, tungsten, platinum. Representative of all that, and they are dreadful. Like, I absolutely hate using them. Broadswords. I think broadswords are B tier. They're not good. Actually, no, I think they're C tier. They're worse than it. Actually, no, B tier, because it's like pre-Eye of Cthulhu, they're quite useful. Whereas, like, with the Crimson Sword, that's like, it might be more powerful, but it's also post-Eye of Cthulhu, and by then you can get the Blade of Grass. But you can also get the Blade of Grass pre-Eye of Cthulhu. But then again, it is easier just to get the golden one. Still not that good though. It's low B tier. I've never seen that weapon before. It looks like a ranged weapon of sorts. Oh, Celebration MK2. Must be something after the Moonlord. That looks like a really fun weapon, but at that point of the game, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, that looks really fun. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Gonna put it in A tier. I've never actually gotten this weapon before. Well, I might have once or twice, but I did not get it once during the playthroughs that I've been doing, because I'm gonna do a ranking video of the Terraria classes from worst to best. Gonna see if those are the types of videos that get the views or whatever. That next one looks like it's a celebration. The original celebration dropped by whatever it is. Post Golem, post Moonlord launcher. So where do I get it? Oh, it's after Golem. Sold by the party girl after defeating Golem. So I guess the Golem used to be the final boss. Well, not guessing. I'm just used to be considered the final boss. The celebration. I don't know. I think it's B. Celebration Mark II looks a hell of a lot more fun. I think that one's the Malaise. Or it could be the chick. Oh, I think it's the chick. Though I don't really use the chick. 39. It looks like an average yo-yo, so I'm going to put it in B. Chlorophyte sword. I don't really think it's that good. It's not like awful or anything. It's at that stage of the game, you get like the likes of the Terrorblade and all that sort of stuff. So I think Terrorblade's like post-Plantera, and this could be like pre-Plantera. I'll have to double check the Chlorophyte. Yeah, the Claymore. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it B. Chlorophyte Saber now. Oh. Definitely better than the Claymore. Just because it can pierce through walls. The bow. I know we gotta do that one. I actually think that one's probably an A tier. That one would probably be an A tier. Partisan. Chlorophyte Partisan. Yeah, because it's got extra range. And that's like through walls. I think that's more damage than the Saber. The bow, I'm going to put it in C because, as you know, I hate bows. I think bows are like my least favorite. I am 100% a gun person in Terraria. Speaking of guns, I think we can all agree that the dart rifle is a unanimous over-the-top S rank. It is like, I used it so much in my Ranger playthrough, and it was like, I even used it all the way up to like defeating Golem and that kind of stuff. It says a lot about how good that weapon is. I used cursed darts. Cursed darts are like king, but it was like so much fun. Coin gun. Oh, hang on, no, we gotta do that one. I don't even know what that one is. It looks just like a random stick. I know it's gotta start with a C. Or does it? Yes. Yeah, it does have to start with a C. Melee weapon starting with a C. Classy Cane. Oh. Yeah, no, it's really not worth it. It's an F. Because like you can only get it from the tax collector, and he's like a hard mode. He's a hard mode one, and at that point in the game, that weapon is like really out of its league. Really, like, beyond obsolete. It is dog shit. Corruptor Staff, I think that's the next one. Corruptor, I think that's a magic weapon. Klinger Staff. 43 magic damage. Okay, that actually looks quite good. I think I'm going to put it in an A tier. Now we're on to another yo-yo. I know I keep on referring to the wiki, but that's just me, like, making sure I don't want to make bad judgments. And also there's, like, some weapons that I just don't use. Like, I don't use the coin gun because, like, it's just, like, I don't have 999 platinum coins. And plus, I don't want to be wasting shit tons of coins. Like, that stuff I want to save up. That's why I probably put the coin gun at C. It's like a waste of money. Unless you could get the coins back. But I'd have to check. But we'll do those two yo-yos first. Code 1 and Code 2. I don't know, I think Code 1 is C, in my opinion. So it's Code 2 might be B. Because it's hard mode. The Ice Whip. I think Ice Whip is C. For the stage of hard mode that you're in, it's really not fun using the Ice Whip or the Fire Whip. I'm going to put them at C. They're really not fun to use at that stage, especially when you're like trying to beat the twins. Because I did a summoner playthrough and it's not as fun as the other three. I'll put it at that. The wrench. Oh, I think that's... I've never actually used a wrench before, like in the game. Never actually used that wrench. I think it's probably dropped by the mechanic, judging by the look of it. Oh, there's the candy cane sword. It's pretty hard mode. I did not realize that. 19. And how do you get it? Presents during the Christmas event. I'll say that's actually a C tier. For all the effort, it's not worth it. Like, unless you just randomly get it really good. I think that one's a throwable one. That's why it's not in the melee. It's like a boomerang. Yeah, combat wrench. 12.5% chance to drop from the mechanic. I don't like farming NPCs, so I don't think it's worth it really. Put it in the C tier. That's the precursor to the Nimbus staff. I actually don't think the Nimbus staff is very good either, so I'm gonna put that in C tier. Crystal fish sword looking thing, which I also don't use at all. We'll put it in the I don't know for now. This is the crystal staff. I think it's an S tier for where it's at. Actually, no, I think it's an A tier. It's an A tier. The cursed one is an S tier. But yeah, the crystal staff, it fires really fast. And by that time you should have like a mana flower, and you should also have you'd definitely have a wizard as well, and so you'd like buy a shit ton of greater mana potions. So at that point you should be all gravy. It's an early hard mode weapon as well. So it's quite useful, and it does rebound off walls. The only problem is it kind of gets really slow. Like the projectiles themselves, after a small amount, the projectile gets slow. Like they launch out, like it fires at a fast rate, but they do slow down the actual projectiles itself. But that's not like the cursed one. The cursed one is really good, and it also like gives the cursed flame debuff to the enemies, which is something that really does help. Plus, they can't just put it out. Crystal sword, I think that. I think that's a. Might just be a magic weapon. Yeah, crystal serpent. Crystal serpent. I'm guessing it's something that you use to fish. That actually sounds quite cool. It's feasible to take on Dukefish on, and those would require skilled movement. Little effort. Effective against crowds, large, slow enemies, and bosses. I don't know, it doesn't look that good. But considering what that says, I'd say that crystal fish might be an A. Yeah, I put it in an A for the crowd control. That one, I don't know. Crystal vial shard. That must be like it's like a crystal equivalent of the vial thorn. That looks good. That looks good. I think that's probably going to be an A tier as well. Might even be top of the A tier as well, because I love those type of weapons, the vial thorn category. And there's one that's dropped by Plantera that I think is probably going to be an S. I don't know for certain though. The cutlass. I used to think the cutlass was really good, but now looking at it, it's actually. I give it a B. Does a lot of damage and it's fast, but it's not special at all. Not really that special. The only thing that you can brag about it is the fact that it was used by pirates or something like that. That's the only novelty of the weapon. The Daedalus Stormbow, I think it's an F. Just because you're able to rain arrows from the sky, it doesn't mean you're any good. Like, that it's like really not fun to use for me. It's a bow, first of all, which I already hate. But it also has that inaccuracy factor of like it coming from the sky. It's just really annoying to use. The Zao of Pow. It's a flail weapon, so it's an F as well. I hate flail weapons. That whip, I never got to use that specific whip. So we'll just check. Dark Harvest. 100 damage. That looks fun. But I don't think it's as good as the Morning Star. Let's have a look. It could be. I don't know, I think that the Dark Harvest looks like an A tier weapon to me. Dark Lance, I think the Dark Lance is A tier as well. It's really good for the stage of the game that you're in. It looks much better now with the newer update. The Dart Gun, I think we'll put it in an A tier because it is faster than the dart rifle, but it only does like half the damage. And it is the Crimson counterpart, so it might actually be pretty good, but I definitely prefer the dart rifle. What's this one? Oh yeah, I know this one. This one's like the other Moonlord one. I actually think it's B tier. It's not that good. Not anywhere near as good as this thing. Oh, not that thing. That thing. Okay, this one. I think this one's the... Hang on. It's that? No, that might be the... Oh, Blade Staff I'll put an I don't know for now. This is the one that I was thinking of when I was talking about. That one sucks. And so does this one. This is like such a disappointing weapon. Like, they haven't updated it at all. It's low range, does fuck all damage. It's like, and it's late game as well. It's a solar eclipse weapon. I expect better. Corrupt bow. I think I'll put it in B tier because it's pretty good for the stage of the game. That's like the only bow I'm gonna... Demon Scythe. Demon Scythe, I think it's a A tier. I think it's pretty good. It's not amazing because it does start slow, so you have to do a bit of anticipation. I've never seen that one. I think that might be a Desert Tiger Staff. I think that one's a sentry. Oh wow, I like how fast that was. Yes, I like that one. Oh, except it's tiers, different tiers. I'm not a big fan of those type of summons where it's like a specific tier. But the Desert Tiger Staff looks pretty good, so I'm gonna put it in B. Diamond Staff. I think that's meant to be a representative of all the tiers of the gem staffs, and they can be useful, but they're not incredible. So I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. Another flail weapon, S tier or F tier. Though we might just check that. Drippler Crippler. Nah, it's another flail weapon. I like the only flail weapons I really like. Flare-On's alright. Golem Fist is okay. KO Cannon, these two, at least they're accurate, you know. At least they're accurate. And I like the Flower of Power. That one's a good one. Every other flower weapon can go kiss my ass. Durandal. I think it's an A tier. It's like so much fun. I love some of the whips in this game. Like, they're just so much fun to use. I think that's a proximity mine launcher. No, it's not, is it? We'll just have to check. No, it's not. It's an electrosphere launcher. That actually looks pretty good, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Oh, that looks like a special type of flamethrower. And speaking of that, the flamethrower is going to be coming up soon, and let's just see. See where it is. Elf Melter. Elf Melter. That looks cool. I love the little tank on the back of that. So I think I'm going to put it in an A tier. I do like the flamethrowers. Enchanted Boomerang. You know, I'm Australian, so I should be the one that like takes pride in boomerangs and all that sort of stuff. But I'm really not a big fan of boomerangs in Terraria. So yeah, this one's a C tier. It's nothing special. It's just got a little bit of flickery lights to it. So is the enchanted sword. I think the enchanted sword's B tier. Just like that other one, Aegirus, I think it is. I think that's what that one's called. That's a bow. So it looks like a bow that's dropped from the Empress of Light. So we'll have to check that one. Eventide. That looks really good. I like the Empress of Light. That looks like an actual half decent weapon. So I'll put it in an A tier. Excalibur. I think Excalibur's a B tier in my opinion. It's nothing super special. Does do a fair amount of damage. I'll put these sentries in the I don't know category. Flare on. Oh, what is that sword? I haven't seen that sword. I think it's an F sword. Exotic scimitar. Wait. Oh, that one's the Falcon Blade. This one's the exotic scimitar. 20 damage. Doesn't look worth it, so I think I'll just put it in C tier. Falcon Blade, let's see. Let's see what the Falcon Blade looks like. Small range. I don't know. I think I put it in C tier as well. Fetid Bagnax. I use them a bit, but the only real... I don't know. I think they'd be A, considering I put these ones up there. They're pretty good if you want to quickly sap away health. So, yeah. Finch Staff. I think I put it in C tier. It's like the first one. Actually, it's B tier, I think, because it was actually alright when I was doing the Journeyman mode playthrough this morning. Because I'm going to be trying to get every single thing researched. And then I might be able to do a better tier list one day. Flare On. I think the Flare On's actually a B tier. It's not that good. Fire Boomerang. I'd say it's B tier as well. Flamerang, I think it's called. Yeah. Boomerangs. These three, I don't really do sentries that much, so I just put them in there, I don't know. The flame lash, I think that one's called. We'll just check. Flame lash. Yeah, flame lash, I think it's a B tier. Nothing's too special. And now the flamethrower. I used to not like the flamethrower. I used to think it was just average, like the old flamethrower animation. But nowadays it's S. It's like really good. Really fun to use. Great crowd control. Lowers the defense. This is another flare weapon, so another annoying flare weapon, so these ones, like, I just don't like. Flintlock pistol. C tier. Actually, I might put it in F tier. There's no point in buying it. It's overpriced as well. And it's not the Magnum, which you can use to craft the Phoenix Magnum, or the Phoenix Blaster, which might actually be useful. Gatligate, I'm going to put it as like F tier as well, because it's super inaccurate. And it's pointless as well. Flower Power would be an A tier. It's pretty good. It's not like amazing or anything, but it's pretty good. Flying Knife, I'll put in B tier, because it's too erratic, in my opinion. I don't know what that one is. I put that in the I don't know tier for now. Flower of Fire, B tier. Same with the ice one. I don't know about that one. I just have to check. Flying Dragon, I think that one is. Flying Dragon. Let's see it. That actually looks pretty good, so I'm gonna put it in A tier, just because it can go through walls. Grenade. Oh no. That one. We've gotten quite a way through this. Okay, what is that one? I don't know. Fly meal, I think it is. 15. Best used for pranking townsfolk. Oh god. Oh no, it looks like a C tier. That one's I think that's a pretty hard mode. Oh, formats. Yeah, that's a format C. Format C. Let's see what that one does. That looks like a really crappy yo-yo. C tier. I think that's an ice blade. Frost brand. 49 damage. I don't really think that's worth it that much. I think it's early hard mode, so I put it in B tier. Swordfish, ice swordfish, I think. Ice blade. Yeah, that's the hard mode equivalent of the ice blade. Oh, Arcalis, that was the one that was up here, I think. That one. That actually looks pretty good. I think I'll put that one up in A tier. The Enchanted Sword's not that good. Let's see. That might actually be a magic weapon, I don't know. Frost Daggerfish. Is that a hard mode one? Streamable. Like, oh, no, it's. I don't know, I don't think it's really worth it that much. I put it in. Put it in B tier. No, C tier actually. This has actually saved my bacon a couple of times. If you get it really early on, it's actually pretty good, but apart from that, I'd say it's just an average weapon. Say it's mid to high B tier. Actually, no, it might be A tier. No. B tier. Christmas one. Put in B. These ones tend to be pretty decent, but it's not anything special. We're getting closer. Hellfire. I think the Hellfire is an A tier. Pretty much on the same level as an Amarok. This one you get from the dungeon. I'd say it's a. I think it's an A tier. I think it's an A tier for where you're at in the game, and plus it can be used to craft a better weapon. That's another thing about the shotgun. Oh wait, is that the boomstick? Yeah, that's the boomstick, I think. So we'll put that in. Put that in A tier. Could it still be an S tier worthy gun? Because it is pre-hard mode. Nah, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, but it's still, I'd still think it boomstick's S tier, but it's not, like, super good. Oh man, Golem Fist. I think it's B tier. It's not that good, not that bad. Golden Bow. I think I'll put the Golden Bow at like B tier as well. Actually, yeah, Golden Bow B tier. This one can be C tier because at that point you should already have guns for the Demon Bow. Golden Bow is like pre then, so it's actually pretty useful at that point. Ichor one. I don't know, I don't think the Ichor one's as good as the Cursed Flame though. I think it's still an A tier though. F. F, F, F. Yeah, I think the Firecracker and the Cool Whip are pretty mediocre. The only two good whips, in my opinion, are the Durandal and the Morningstar, the ones that I've actually used extensively. Kaleidoscope could be really good. I can imagine the Kaleidoscope is really fun to use. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would, but that's later on. I don't know what that weapon is. Let's look for it. Looks like a type of spear. Let's see. Where is it? Could that be the Sleepy Octopod? I don't know. Sky Dragon's Fury. Ghastly Glaive. Never actually... Huh. Looks pretty good. Kind of looks a bit inaccurate though, I will say, so I might put this in the B tier. Gladius, C tier. Plus it looks like a short sword, I think it's a short sword. And it's not like I've never found a Gladius when it's actually useful before, so... I'm starting to think I should put it on F tier. I think the grenade launcher is a B tier, or might actually be C tier. I prefer rocket launchers. Plus it's like you have to anticipate where your enemy's at. And you could accidentally blow yourself up. Let's see. I think that's the Phantom Phoenix right there. Grenade. I think I'll put the grenade in C tier as well. I don't know what that yo-yo is. Zappinator. I think Zappinator is actually an A tier weapon. It's pretty much like a space gun, but I think it's a little bit better in my opinion. What's that yo-yo? I think it's just another average yo-yo. Where is the yo-yos? The Gradient. My favourite two yo-yos are the Terrarian and the Eye of Cthulhu. No, it looks like just another average yo-yo, so I think I'll put it in C tier. Gungnir. I think the Gungnir might actually be A. But I don't think I don't like any of the jousting weapons because like you have to like charge them and it means you can only go in one certain direction. It's weird using them. I just don't like them. Hallowed Repeater. C tier. Because by that point you should be using guns, if you're smart anyway. The Meat Bat, I think that one is. Ham Bat, actually. The Ham Bat. I don't know. I don't think it looks that good. It looks like seaworthy for what stage of the game you're at. You know, you expect your melee weapons to be reasonably long ranged. Um, the harpoon. I think the harpoon's actually unless it's been updated. Where is it anyway? It looks like a flail weapon, but it's like a ranged flail weapon, which is weird. There it is, harpoon. Yeah, it still looks at. Ah. Nah, I think it's an F tier for me. I don't like the harpoon at all. This weapon, the sunray, I think. I think it's an A tier. I think that one's pretty good. Is that the Phantom Phoenix? It doesn't look like the Phantom Phoenix. No, it's a Hellwing bow. F. It sucks. That one's a B yo-yo. Hive 5. Does it summons killer bees after striking your foe? I don't see that against the dummy. It probably doesn't do that against the dummy, but I think if that's the case, it's definitely better than your average yo-yo. Hive 5. Not S tier though. Wasp staff. I use that one quite a bit. I think it's an. I don't know, for summoner, I think it's a B tier. I don't know what that one is. Ice boomerang. No, I don't think it's that good. I think it's C tier, just like the other boomerangs. Frostbow. Should be using guns by that point. This one's an F as well. It's not that good. Imp staff. I actually think it's an A tier for the summoner class. A tier for that point of the game. Frost sickle. Oh, this one I think is B tier. It's pretty good, but it's not like incredible. Another jousting weapon. Oh, actually no. We'll wait for that one. Let's think. Influx wave. Actually, we'll look for the frost. No, that's not. Ice blade. Ice blade. Oh, it's decent. I'd say it's B tier for pretty hard mode. Pretty decent. Not incredible or anything. Ice sickle. Ice sickle. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. I think that's also B tier. Influx waiver. Where's that? There's the influx waiver. No, I don't think it's that good. I think we'll put this influx waiver at C. The pumpkin launcher thingy. Oh, that's just my headphones. The pumpkin thingy. I actually never actually used that very much, have I? Jack-o'-lantern launcher. That looks fun to use. I think I'm gonna put that in A tier. Javelins. They've been useful when you've needed them, when I've needed them in the underground, when I've just gotten a hold of them. Kaleidoscope I didn't actually use, but I think it looks like an A tier weapon. Like, it could have looked a hell of a lot better. I don't know what that one is. I think that one might be the sword that the traveling merchant sells. Um, it doesn't look like the katana, but I think it might be because, like, yeah, I think it is a katana. In that case, I think it's an F. Key brand, key brand, key brand. I think it's an A tier. I don't think it's an S worthy weapon. Because at that stage of the game, it's almost over, and you know you've got better melee weapons than that. You've got like the Terror Blade, everything like that. KO cannon. I'm gonna rank it B tier. I think that's pretty decent. It's not like incredible or anything. Still a lot of weapons to go. Still a lot of weapons to go. That yo-yo I don't think I've ever seen. Yo-yo. That couldn't be the Terrarian, could it? No, it's the Kraken. I like the animation for the Kraken, the smoothness of it, but that's pretty much it. I'll put it B tier for that. Proximity mine launcher. I think that's the proximity mine launcher. No, but I know that one's. I think that one's from the cyborg. No, it's not the proximity mine launcher. I think we'll put that one in the I don't know tier for now. Oh, actually, I think I've used this one before. I think it's B tier. It's similar to this one. It's almost they both function almost like a minigun in a way. Laser rifle, laser rifle. Laser rifle. Where do we put you? I think you're C tier. You're not good at all. Not terrible, but not really that good. No piercing. Can't go through walls or anything like that. Final Prism. I think the Final Prism's an A weapon. It's not F. It's not S tier, and the main reason it's not S, the main reason it just misses out on the S tier, is because it is kind of slow to rotate. It's slow rotation. But apart from that, it's a solid weapon. Plus, it uses a lot of mana potions, and it's an end game anyway, so it really doesn't matter. It's like pretty much for show. But it does a lot of damage, and it's really fast. Leaf blower, leaf blower. The precursor to the razor pine. I think it's a C tier. I really didn't like it. What kind of whip is that? Oh, I think it's the leather whip. F. You don't even need to get a leather whip. It's just F. Life drain, life drain, life drain. I think that one's a B tier weapon. It's nowhere near as good as the vampire knives. Plus, it actually costs mana. Oh, there's more sentry stuff. These things, I can't remember what they're called, but they might actually be better than they used to be. They might actually be better than they used to be. Light disc. Let's see. If that's what they look like now, then I don't know. I think they're B tier, not incredible or anything. Well, they could be A tier actually. No, I think they're B tier. Jousting, automatic C. Light's Bane. It's the corruption equivalent of the Crimson Sword, wherever the hell that is. And I think that might be B tier. I'll just have to check. Where is my Crimson Sword? Where is my Crimson Sword? It's probably right there. The fuck? Where did it? Where did it go? There it is. Put it right next. Put them right next to each other. They're not that good. That one. I think that's the Moonlord equivalent thing of the frost staff. So I think. Oh, there's another sentry. It's not known. That looks like a shitty flare weapon, so I'm gonna put it in F. Let's see, magic. Lunar Flare. Looks like Lunar Flare. I think Lunar Flare is 8 here. As it is quite useful to defeating the Moon Lord. Magic Harp. Magic Harp. I think it's an 8 here. It's pretty useful for defeating the Destroyer. It's not like 100% foolproof for defeating the Destroyer or anything, but it's pretty good for that. Magic Daggers. I think the Magic Daggers is actually C tier. It's not that good. Same with this one. Though the one redeeming quality this thing has is you can upgrade it in hard mode. Well, that's the corruption equivalent of the Crimson Yo-Yo, so I'll put it C tier. What's that one? Magnet Sphere. I think I know what the Magnet Sphere does. It's just almost looks like a summoning weapon. It's not that. It doesn't look that good. I think it's a B tier. Antlion Mandible Sword. Probably an F. It seems pretty useless. Mandible Blade. Wherever the hell that is. Mandible Blade. Yeah, it seems pretty useless. Plus, it barely drops anyway. 2% rate. That is pathetic. So yeah, I think that is definitely F tier worthy. This is a bow. This is a bow, so it's automatically an F. Medusa's Mask. Now, I've used it. And if what I believe is correct, the fact that it doesn't turn mobs to stone means it's an F. Like, I don't care how powerful it looked in that. I do not care. It is an F because it doesn't turn enemies to stone. And you're never going to change my mind. Anyway, Mega Shark. I think Mega Shark is an A tier weapon. Actually, it might be an S tier. Because it's very versatile. That's the one thing. You can use it for way up into near the end game. Mini Shark, on the other hand, I think is a B tier. Because it doesn't do any damage, really. Meowmere. I think the Meowmere is an S. It's like really good. Meteor Staff. Meteor Staff is an A tier. Molotov Cocktail, I believe that is. And I think that might actually be B tier. Molten Bow. C tier, because it's a bow. But it's actually a decent bow. This is an S tier. This is an S tier. It is really good. I don't know 100% if it's better than the Kaleidoscope or not, but I really enjoyed using the Morning Star. Katana. Oh, no, the katana. That's that. Oh, I think that's the Cobalt Sword. Is it? No, it can't be. Can't be, can it? It has to be a Neuromancer. Yeah, it's the Muramasa. And I think that Muramasa, I think it's a beat. No, yeah, it's a B tier, I think. It's better than these two, but it's not as good as the Blade of Grass. The mushroom thing, I don't buy it usually because it's too expensive, and for that reason, I'm gonna put it in a C tier. If it's overpriced, I'm gonna have it low down. Musket, musket. You see, when I first played Terraria, it was like a 12-year-old or whatever. Maybe even an 11-year-old. When I first played this game, I just think the musket was powerful. Now, it does a fair amount of damage, but it's very slow rate of fire, so for that reason, I think it's a C tier weapon. Nail gun. I think it's B tier as well. This one, I think these two are S tier, in my opinion. As is this. This is like the hard mode equivalent of the Vile Thorn, so obviously it's got to be right up there. That one. I don't know what that one is. So we'll just have to have a look. Night Glow. Night Glow. It's from the Empress of Light. Ooh, that actually looks quite good. I think that might be an A tier for now. For now. Knight's Edge. I think it's an A tier. I think it's an A tier. Not an S, but it is definitely really good. Nimbus Rod. I think Nimbus Rod is a B tier. Because the thing is, mobs, they move around a lot in the game. This is like it's almost like a sentry weapon. What's that one? I don't know what that one is. I actually don't know what that one is. We'll have to look. Put that in the I don't know tier for now. Swordfish. Considering the fact is it's probably going to be like a really rare to fish, rare to get fish weapon. Where is it? It's something that starts with an O. Oh, obsidian swordfish. It looks like a spear. It looks like a spear type. Nah, the range looks really bad. Like worse than the Darklands. So I think that's probably a C tier. Onyx Blaster. I think Onyx Blaster is an S. Just like the shotgun, wherever it is. There's the shotgun, S tier. All the shotguns are really good. In fact, where's the tactical shotgun? Where is the tactical shotgun? God, that laptop really does overheat, doesn't it? There's the Terrorblade. There's the tactical shotgun. That's like up there as one of the best weapons in the game. Actually, I think this is just like based on like when you first obtain the weapon, by the way. So yeah, that's really versatile. That one, I think that's his twins one, and I think that's a A tier for the summoning. with the Summoner class. That's an A tier one. Zapinator. Zapinator's A tier, I think. This is like the painted one. I think it's an F. Paladin's Hammer. Now, I used to really love this one. I used to think it was like one of the best. But, you know, nowadays I'm kind of, I don't know, I think it's mediocre. C tier. That looks like a honking horn or something. Da 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 da. What the? Roman candle. Huh. Oh, there's a summoner. Flink's staff. So look. That looks really bad. F. I also don't like the phase blades and the phase sabers. I think they're F tier. Not anywhere near as good as lightsabers. Like, lightsabers you expect to, like, slice straight through, but this is, like, just... meh. I don't know what the hell that is. We'll try to look for it. We will try... But I don't think we'll find it anyway. It looks like a stupid... I don't know what weapon it is. Oh, that one. That one. The Phantom Phoenix looks pretty good. Obviously, I'm gonna put it an A just because I named it after. Just because I named myself after the weapon. Well, not entirely. Like, I just thought the name Phantom Phoenix was cool. That one, I don't know, I think it's a A tier. They're the only decent bows, I think. Phoenix Blaster. I think that's an A. Oh, actually, no, it might be B. Might be B. No. That one was an A. It is useful for defeating the Wall of Flesh. Piranha Gun. I think the Piranha Gun's an A tier as well. Pretty good. Pirate Staff. Yeah, B, I think that is. Is that even a Pirate Staff? Yeah, I think it is Pirate Staff. I don't think I've ever seen that weapon before. We'll have to look at the consumables. Poisoned knife. I don't see the point. I think I'll put it in C tier. Well, actually, no, B tier. Could be actually kind of useful. This one, the Venom Staff, what I think it's called. I think it's C tier, it's really not that good. Possessed Hatchet's pretty decent. I think I'd put it in B tier. Better than the Paladin's Hammer, but not by much. Now we've got the Proximity Mine Launcher. I think that's B tier. It's alright, I guess. Psycho Knife. Hang on. Oh, I think I got comments. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, keep in mind a lot of this is like my opinion as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the tactical shotgun, and yeah, the dart gun. It did help a lot. Let's think. I don't know what that one is. That's a bow, so bows obviously go in the F tier. I've never used the clubberfish. Never used the clubberfish before. Purple clubberfish. Fishing in the corruption. There is no point in using weapons that are from being fished, you know. I don't know what that one is. I think that one might be a C tier, actually. I think it's the one that's dropped in the solar eclipse. Psycho knife, yeah, that's the psycho knife. Let's see. That's pretty darn fast. Might actually put that in the B tier. Pygmy staff. I think the pygmy staff is, I think it's B tier actually. Any summoners that can't fly just aren't that good. Or at least aren't by default flying, like the twins staff. I think that one's an A for a reason. What's that one? I don't know, that one looks like a Gatligator. I put the Gatligator in F tier. Yes, I did. Rainbow Rod. I think the Rainbow Rod, very high A tier. I used to think it was S tier, but it's a little bit worse than it used to be. Ooh. But yeah, if you have it as an S tier weapon, I can understand, but I have it as an A tier in this one. Not too many left. I've never seen that one. I think that one must be sold by the merchant, the traveling merchant. I think that one's just the Gatling gun. Oh, quad-barreled shotgun, I think that is. Gatligator 21. It's just that inaccurate. That's why I have it in F tier. I cannot stand inaccurate guns. Except shotguns, because shotguns are meant to be close range. I don't think the quad-barreled shotgun is that good. Put it in B. Put in C, actually. What's that one? That one looks like a summoner weapon. No, that's not the sanguine staff, is it? No. Oh, Houndius Shootius. Let's see what it looks like. Huh. Houndius Shootius, I think that'll be a B tier actually. Queen Spider Staff. Oh yes, I've heard about this one. I chose not to use it because I don't really like Sentry as like a prime means of summoner. So I think I'll put this one in C tier. Because sentries, if you're not in like a wave event like the Goblin Army and all that, sentries would be pretty useless because like you're constantly on the move in Terraria, unless you're like farming or something like that. The only exception I'm willing to make is this weapon. This is really good, this one. Especially if you're trying to do like the Moonlord. But that is a post-Moonlord weapon, so it's like, yeah. Rainbow Gun. I think it's B tier, actually. I don't think it's that good. It's not awful or anything, but it's static, is what I'm saying. I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. It's almost like a sentry in a way that just doesn't move at all. Now, yo-yos, freaking yo. think I saw someone might have commented on, but I'm just really shy, and that's why I don't really read that stuff. One day I'll have like 2 monitors, and I'll be able to do this shit at home. Hopefully, I'll be able to do this shit at home one day. But our internet is just that awful. Anyway, enough of that. Yo-yos. I think that's the rally. It's another generic yo-yo. C tier. Raven Staff. I never got that. I never got that one in it, but I did see what it looks like, and I think it's probably B tier. What's that? I think that's the Razor Pine. Not the Razor Pine. The Duke Fishron one. Razorblade Typhoon. And that's the magic weapon, I think. Yeah. I actually used it a bit. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. Upper C tier. Maybe down lower B tier. Razor Pine. I think it's an A tier. I've never seen that gun before. We'll have to have a look. Oh, pneumatic horn. There's the horn that we were looking for. Doesn't look like anything special. I don't know. I think that one's probably a C tier. Red Rider. I think that's a Don't Starve reference as well. No. Don't shoot your eye out. Very slow. I'm just wondering if it's like something you can continuously have the mouse click down for, it might actually be better. So if that's the case, I think it's a B tier. What's that yo-yo? Where is the yo-yos anyway? Red's Throw. Red being like Regedit, who's like the guy that created Terraria. Great for impersonating devs. The lead developer, I think. So F. No, I'm kidding. I actually think they've done a really good job at making this game. So I'm gonna put it at A tier to show my appreciation. It's still not an S tier weapon, but I'm putting it A tier to show my appreciation because Terraria is honestly one of the best games I've ever played. It's the game that I have by far played the most out of in my life. 1,550 hours spent on that game. And I do genuinely appreciate the devs for that. I never say shit like this about people like that. You know, usually I'm like critical about devs or whatever, or like, you know, game journalists, game creators, Steam, all that sort of stuff. But this is the one case I'm willing to make an exception because, like, they are genuinely really good developers from what I've seen. Now, if a news article or something comes out and says that they've been like exploiting people, like, or like doing unpaid internships or something unethical like that, that's when I'm willing to change my mind. But for now, I've seen that from what I've seen, they're really good developers. I'd have never used that weapon before. Yeah, a lot of weapons I haven't used before, have I? Well, most of them I've used. But I just like to make sure. Looks like a summoning weapon of sorts. Oh, Resonance Scepter. That looks really cool. Against target dummies. I think that'll be a B tier. That rocket launcher. I think the rocket launcher's a B tier, and there's a very solid reason I have for that. Yes, it does do a lot of damage, and it is cool, but it is a terrible weapon if you're actually like going in like caves and in the dungeon or whatever, because the amount of times I've accidentally killed myself using the rocket launcher too close, I've lost count. That gun looks like, I think it might be the revolver. Yes, the revolver. Pew, 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 pew. Usually most revolvers in video games are really powerful, but I barely use this one. I think it's a B tier. Nothing special. Now, this is the only short sword that I'm willing to put above F tier, and I think it's a B tier weapon. Now, the sand gun. It's a great weapon if you want to be a griefer. Apart from that, I think it's probably C. They say sand is overpowered, and I think the main reason they say that isn't because of the sand gun. I think the reason they say that is because you can use sand to make bottles, and then bottles you can fill with water, and then you can get potions and stuff like that. Anyway, here's the sanguine staff. I never used it, which probably says a lot. Sanguine staff. Actually, yeah, I think that one's probably a better summoning weapon than anything else I've seen. Scourge of the Corruptor. Now, if I was to compare it to its Crimson counterpart, which we will probably rave about in a positive way later. If I was to compare it primarily to the Crimson equivalent, it's easily an F tier. But I'm not going to do that, so I think it's a B tier. It's alright, it's certainly not as good as the Vampire Knives, that's for sure. SDMG, I think it's a S tier. Easily S tier. And that's because it is really useful for defeating the Moon Lord, especially if you've got Chlorophyte bullets. Chlorophyte bullets are really good. This one, Chain Gun, it's like just missing out on S tier because of its like inaccuracy, but that is remedied with the Chlorophyte bullets. Seedler. I think that's a A tier weapon. It's pretty good, but it's Sergeant United Shield. Obviously, they're trying not to rip off Captain America. Now, personally, I think that one is a not a very good weapon. I think it's C tier. It's just one shield, and it's like really overrated. This one. Forgot what it's called, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's a top of the B tier. This is a bow, so it's obviously F tier. You should be using guns. Shadow Flame Hex Doll. I think it's B tier. Nothing special. Not very far range, but it does do a lot of close damage. But for a magic weapon, you expect it to be longer ranged. And now you're probably saying, well, then why do you have this one and gonna have the Vile Thorn at S rank too? Well, that's because it's really good with crowd control as well, and it's like lots of repeated damage. It's almost similar to the Fetid Bagnax in a way, but longer ranged. Shadow Flame Knife. I think that's B tier as well. They're not incredible, but they're not not bad either. Jousting weapons automatically C. Mushroom boomerang. I'll probably put it C as well. Shuriken. I think it's B. I like the throwing knives better. I'm more of a throwing knives fan in the game. What's that one? I don't know. I have no idea what that one is. Not the flame burst. I think I did see it a while back. Yeah, Sky Dragon's Fury, I believe that is. That looks quite cool. Wow. Right click while holding for an alternate attack. I think that looks pretty decent. I'm gonna put it in the B. No, put it in the A tier. This one. I think it's B tier. It's B tier. It's not that good. It's kind of inaccurate. That's the Terrarian. That one's the Terrarian. That one's gonna be an S tier, obviously. The Slap Hand. I think that one's probably a C tier. Kind of useless. Sleepy Octopod. I think that's a solid B tier. Now these aren't in any particular order, though there are some that are obviously, like for example the dart gun and the tactical shotgun at the moment are definitely my favourite ranged weapons. Oh, SDMG's got to be up there as well. And also this one is definitely top of the B tier. But out of all of these weapons, which one is the worst of the Fs? Which one is the worst of the Fs? Probably the fancy cane. And this one. This one probably sucks. Slime staff. I think that's probably B tier. It's alright for the stage of the game, but nothing massive. This one I think is I don't know. Yeah, I think it's B tier as well. Like once you get the Durandal, that's like you're pretty much set with the summoner. That's now the sniper rifle. Now, I can't really think of a Lee Harvey Oswald reference, so I'm just gonna have to say, I don't know. I'm just gonna think. I think the sniper rifle is actually an A tier. It's like really good. I like using it with the explosive bullets. I don't know. I'm really tempted to put it in S tier. Like, genuinely tempted to put it in the S tier. We'll just have to think about it. Because the thing is, I've already put enough ranged weapons in the S tier. And plus, I think there is one drawback with a sniper, it's its slow rate of fire. And plus, you have to be standing still to get it to do the maximum amount of damage. Snowball cannon. I think that's probably B tier. Nah, it's C tier. Considering you don't actually find them that often, you have to really explore the snow biomes. And plus, when you're at that stage of your gaming life, like I am with Terraria, I've played it a lot of times. I know exactly where to go to get the stuff that I need quickly. So the stuff that you can't get quickly, the stuff that you have to like explore a shit ton for, is like pretty much useless. What's that one? That one looks like it might be an upgraded version, like the hard mode version of the snowman. Oh yeah, it's snowman cannon. Let's see. Oh, that looks pretty cool actually. I think I'll put that in a B tier. This one. S. Easy S tier. Not as good as the Meow Meow though, but easy S tier. This one is just, oh, it is incredible. So much fun to use. Makes the melee class just so much better. Space Gun. Space Gun is S. And there's a reason for it. It's not because it's an end game weapon. It's not an end game weapon. It's not because it looks particularly cool. But the main reason is when you get the meteorite armor, a full set of it, it pretty much costs no mana. And it fires at a reasonably fast rate as well. So it's like, it's your ticket to hard mode, basically. That's why it's an S tier. Spear. I think the spear's an F. Oh, actually no, I think it's a C. It's better than nothing, but it's really not that good. Spectre Staff. I think that's a solid B tier. Not as good as the Shadow Flame Staff. I think, no, that's not the Shadow Flame. I don't know what that one's called. I can't remember. We'll have to check. Shadow Beam. Not as good as the Shadow Beam Staff, but still quite good. You know what? I actually think the Shadow Beam Staff is an A tier. I'm going to be honest, I think it's an A tier weapon. This one's up in the top B. Spider Staff. I think that's a B tier. I think it's pretty good. It's not like incredible or anything, but I think it's pretty good. What are these called? Spiky balls. They're from the goblin. They're from the goblin. The goblin. And I think they're a B tier, actually. I think they're pretty decent. They're nothing special, but they're pretty good. Bone Whip. Decent for the stage of the game that you're in, I think. I barely used that one. Spirit Flame. Let us see what it looks like. Huh. That looks pretty good. I'd say that's probably a B tier. Earth Staff. I think that's a B tier as well. It's nothing incredible or anything. Where did I put it? Did I put it in B? I better have put it in the B tier. If I accidentally put it in the C tier, I'm not going to be happy. Or in the... Yeah, there it is. What's that one? Oh, Stake Gun. Stake Gun. I think it's a A tier. We're getting closer to the end. We're getting closer. What's that one? Staff of the Frost Hydra. Must be like a... Nah. I think that's probably C tier. As I said, sentries that aren't used for events or whatever are pretty much useless. I'm guessing this is the golem equivalent of the spiky ball, so I'm gonna put it with the spiky ball in B tier. Star Cannon. I think the regular Star Cannon is B tier, and that's mainly because stars are really, they're quite difficult to collect. No, it's tedious, not super difficult or anything, but it's just tedious. And you have to remain up on the surface at night, and it's like, is it really worth it? And for the star cannon, not that worth it. These two. I forget which one's which. I know the lunar one of them's for a dragon. Yeah, Stardust Dragon Staff. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. I like this one though. This one's an S. S for the summoning class. And that's because they can move around. Oh, this is the Martian Saucer Summoner, isn't it? I think it is. If it is, then it's an S tier. Star Wrath. I think this one's an A tier. It used to be a hell of a lot more powerful on the iOS version, but on this version, it's kinda. It's decent. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as good as it used to be, and it only does 1 star. But it is very useful. That's why I have it in A tier. I think that one's an Empress of Light sword. So we'll just have to check. Starlight, yes. Let's see. Oh my god. That looks really fun to use. Oh, it's a short sword, for God's sake. It's a short sword, I think. Well, I don't know. But it's got a lot of range on it, so I think it looks like an A tier weapon to me. Star Fury, S. Obviously an S tier. It's better than the Meow Meow as well. It's really good. God, there's a lot of S-ranked weapons. I might do a goat weapon section for like the best of each class. And we'll decide them at the end. Well, I will. Goat of each class. Greatest of all time. That one. I don't know what that one's called, but I think it's an A tier. Oh, the scissors. F. F. Stinger is an A tier. It just misses out on S tier. Could have been a hell of a lot better. Oh, that one is a flail weapon. That one's a flail as well. You can tell I'm not a big fan of flail weapons. Oh, that's a bow. Put it in the same one as the corruption one, because it is still kind of useful in the bow era, but at that point you should be transitioning to guns. I don't know what that one is. Storm Spear. Oh, yes. I've used that one. Oh, that's the one that we used at the beginning of the Master Mode playthrough. It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna have it at upper B tier. Because it still didn't stop me from dying. Superstar Shooter. Definitely S. It is definitely S. The only thing that separates it from these 4 is the fact that stars, like, it's rare for me to get more than 200 stars at a time, and it's like, this just like chews through stars. but it absolutely makes mincemeat of the destroyer. And I've tested it as well on the destroyer. It is absolute mincemeat on the destroyer. Swordfish. It's a pretty hard mode spear. Get it from fishing. I don't see the point of it. Just a C tier. Just a C tier, if you may. What's that one? I think that one's a Duke Fishron one. That one's Duke Fishron one, I believe. Where's the summoning ones? Tempest stuff. Oh, it summons the mini Sharknadoes. Nah, it's not piercing, so I think it's probably lower B tier. Still looks decent. I'm just gonna settle this right now. Terrorblade is an S. It is like really good. Better than the Breaker Blade. Actually, I'd say the Breaker Blade's here. Out of all the melee weapons. But yeah, the Terrorblade is one of the best. And the new animation for it is just incredible. That weapon. Let's see. Oh, bloody machete's a boomerang. Nah, doesn't look very good. So I think I'm comfortable with having it where I had it. Where's the bloody machete? I don't know. That's not the bloody machete. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're gonna look at that one. That one's like a teethed weapon. I think it's pretty hard mode. Tentacle spike. Tentacle spike. Nah, F. Just because of how rare it is. It's not worth grinding like hours for. What's that one? Not a tungsten. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. Terra Prisma. Terra Prisma, I think that looks like it's a B tier, but I will check. Pre-hard mode other. Terragrim. What's the Terragrim like? I don't know. That looks okay, but I don't think it's that good. Terragrim is probably B tier. Terra Prisma, we'll have a look. I know it's a summoning weapon. I know it's a summoner weapon. Terra Prisma. That is cool. Looks cool, but it doesn't look like it does that much damage. Terrarium. I think the Terrarium's an S tier. I think it's definitely an S tier. It's by far the best yo-yo in the game. In fact, we'll probably put it as like a goat yo-yo. The goat yo-yo. This bow. I think it's it's like the B gun, so I think it's an A tier in that regard. This is like a lower S tier. Actually, no, I think it's S tier as well. I'm mainly judging based on like what stage of the game you're at. like, I'm not going to be judging them all based on the end game, because obviously the end game would be all S, and then all the early game weapons would be like F tier. I'm doing it like when you get the weapon, it's like based on what stage of the game you should be at when you're getting the weapon. So for example, the Excalibur, like the adamantite sword, that'll be like pre-mech bosses, but it'll be in hard mode. So it's early hard mode weapon. Eye of Cthulhu, I think that's an A tier weapon. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Very good. Horseman's Blade, I think it's actually quite disappointing weapon. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a C tier. This one, for what stage of the game you're at, it actually looks pretty decent for a hard mode weapon, so I think it's a B. Undertaker. Where did I put the musket? I think it's slightly worse than the musket. Slightly worse. That's because it does less damage, but it does fire a bit faster. Chakram. That one's a B tier, I think. I think it's pretty decent. For what stage of the game you're at? I sound like a broken record, don't I? I'm saying, oh, it's pretty good, blah blah blah. But yeah, it's relatively cheap to craft these. Relatively cheap to craft. They do a decent amount of damage. You can have more than one of them. Oh, actually, I don't know if you can have more than one of them. I mean, it doesn't matter. The throwing knife, as I said, I'm more of a fan of the throwing knives than the shuriken, so I think the higher level B tier. The hell are these two? I like the potion one though, it's pretty good. I think the potion I'll put at like... I think I'll have it at like B tier, because it's low range. That's the biggest problem with it. Okay, what are these weapons? I actually don't know. They look like they're summoner weapons. I almost pressed the X. That would have been infuriating. I don't know what that one is. It looks like a summoner staff of sorts. I think I'm gonna just put these two in the I don't know tier. This one is actually C tier. I think it's quite a disappointment. That fish. I don't know what that fish is. It should be a magic weapon. Should be a magic weapon. God, now my mind can't think. That phone call has distracted me. Where is that fish anyway? If I can't find it, I'll just put it in the I don't know tier. Oh, there it is, Toxicarp. Let's see what it looks like. Could be useful against the Flying Dutchman, I guess. I'll put it in B tier. Trident. It's better than the spear, but not by much. Actually, by a fair amount. Upper C tier. I've never used this weapon before. I've used these two, the True Knight's Edge and the True Excalibur. I think the True Knight's Edge is an A tier weapon. True Excalibur, not so much. I think it's B tier. Umbrella. The Umbrella, I'll put it in C. Because it can be useful if you don't have horseshoe. If you don't have a horseshoe. This one. It's the Tsunami, it's a bow, but it's a good bow, so it's C tier. Wooden Boomerang, wooden Yo-Yo, F tier. I think the Volcano, I think it's an A tier because it's really fun to use. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna have it an S tier. It's really fun to use. I love the little explosion effect that you can get. Obviously Zenith is going to be the goat of the melee class swords. It is the best by a long shot. The best of the best. Wasp Gun is S tier. Gee, we're saving some of the best for last, aren't we? Or are we? Is that a Water Bolt? Yes, Water Bolt is S tier too. Water Bolt is just really good. It's Ymir's favourite weapon for a reason. Oh, and there's the Vile Thorn. That's an S tier as well. Not as good as the Nettle Burst, but it's really good for like pre-hard mode. Oh, pre-bosses even. And it's like it makes the Eater of Worlds. It slices through the Eater of Worlds like butter. Uzi. I think the Uzi's actually an A tier weapon based on how useful it can be if you get it. Because that's the one thing, if you're a ranger, that's the one type of weapon that you really need for defeating the mechanical bosses is a long-ranged, fast weapon. Like the Mega Shark. Like the Clockwork Assault Rifle. Like... Did I put the Clockwork Assault Rifle in S tier? Yeah, I think Clockwork Assault Rifle is actually an A tier weapon. And Uzi's almost as good as it. But yeah, the Uzi and Clockwork really useful, but they're not S tier worthy. I've never used that one. Huh. Boomerang. 3 boomerangs are better than 1. Doesn't really look like it. Oh, it's a pre-hard mode. It's pre-hard mode. I think it's probably upper B tier. More yo-yos. Oh, vampire knives. Vampire knives. They're S, definitely. They're definitely one of the best. They've been nerfed time and time and again, but they're still, like, really fun to use. They're just still unbelievably good. I'm tired. Okay. Vampire knives. S tier, need I say more? Venom staff. B. The thing about the Venom staff and the spider, these two, is they're kind of low range. This one, the Lunar one, I think that's an A. An A tier. Might actually be S, but I don't know. I've already put enough in the S tier, haven't I? This fire one, I think a lot of people hate it. The Wand of Spark, the Wand Spark, or the Sparking Wand or whatever. But it can be kind of handy, because it is like right at the beginning of the game weapon. That's what it is. So I think I'm going to have it as C. Well, actually, Yeah, I think C, because it's still pretty shitty, but it's like not the worst. Boomerang, F tier. It makes me feel sad as an Australian that I had to put it there, but I'm not a big fan of the boomerangs in Terraria. Valkyrie Yo-Yo. Valkyrie Yo-Yo. It's a dev yo-yo, so to show my appreciation, it goes in the A tier with the Reds yo-yo. What's that one? Valor. Valor. I think I'm going to put that one in the C tier. Meh. Xenopopper. Xenopopper is going to be an A tier weapon. No. Venus Magnum. Well, actually, we'll look at that one. I think that one's a summoner weapon. Vampire Frog Staff. I like frogs, so I think I'm gonna have that in the B tier. I like frogs. I'm a big frog fan. Venus Magnum. I think that's an A tier one. That one's pretty good. I've never seen that W one. Never seen that W one. I think it's a Don't Starve Together reference. Oh, not Don't Starve Together, just Don't Starve. I think it's a Don't Starve reference. I never played that game. Not that it's a not that it's a bad game or anything. I don't know what it's like, but I never really played it. Let's see. Where is it? What's the bet? It's not even a weapon. It's just a... I don't see it anywhere. I'm gonna just put it in the I don't know tier. Lucy the Axe is pretty funny. I'll put it B tier. I've never seen that one. I bet it's like a better version of the Sparking Wand or whatever. Weather Pane. That looks pretty cool, actually. I think that's probably a B tier. This one's I don't know tier. This is an S tier, this one. This is like the Martian Sources. Zombie Arm. Oh, I think that one's a C tier. Not too good. And that one, that yo-yo. Oh, hang on. Thunder Zapper. Nah, Thunder Zapper looks like a C tier weapon. Yeah. Tome of Infinite Wisdom. That looks pretty good. Tome of Infinite Wisdom. Put it in B tier. Don't forget to follow this guy, Wano Bovia. Did a pretty good. That was a pretty good tier list, actually. I imagine it's a lot of effort, and we will do the GOAT of each class. But, the Yo-yos. I think Yellets. Yeah, I'd say it's B tier. And now we are at that final end segment of the show. And the question is, what is the best of each one? The best of each class. Now, melee is pretty easy because it's the Zenith. The Zenith is by far the best melee one. Ranged one is a bit more difficult though. I'm tossing up either between tactical shotgun, SDMG, or the superstar shooter. Or even like the dart gun or the mega shark. Oh. I think if it wasn't for the fact that the ammunition is so scarce, I think I'd have to go with the superstar shooter. If the ammunition wasn't so scarce, it would definitely be the best. Now, the summoner, and I think it's pretty obvious which one it is, has to be this one. Has to be the Martian Saucer one. That one was just so much fun to use. And now we've got the magic one. The magic one. I think... Difficult choices to make. But I think... I think we'll have to go with this one. There we go, that's the image. Anyway, that's the end of that. Probably only got like one view or something. I don't really mind. So these ones, I don't know. I don't really care for the sentry weapons. And all that old man's army stuff. Apart from that, this is all the way I feel about the weapons anyway. So, have a good day, mates, and I hope that was entertaining to you, because I was certainly entertained.